In July of 1979, Sue Sharp along with her 5 children left their home in Connecticut after separating from her abusive husband. Her brother Don suggested they move to Northern California where he lived. When they arrived, she started by renting a trailer at a trailer village in Quincy before moving into a cabin in the resort town of Keddie the following fall. On April 12, 1981, in Keddie, California, the Sharp family along with a few friends went to sleep inside cabin 28 at the Keddie Resort Lodge. Sheila Sharp decided to sleep next door with some of her friends in a different cabin. In the morning when she woke, she ventured into her family cabin to find a horrifying sight. Her mother Sue, brother Johnny, and family friend Dana Wingate were brutally murdered. Her 12-year-old sister Tina was missing. Surprisingly, her 2 other brothers Rick and Greg along with their friend Justin Smott were still asleep in another room in cabin 28. 3 years later, Tina's remains would be found 50 miles away in a different county. The victims had been tied up with electrical cords and medical tape. They were beaten with hammers and stabbed with knives. One of the knives used in the murder had a 30-degree bend in it. Sue had been gagged, stabbed in the chest and throat. Johnny's throat was slashed and he had multiple head injuries. Dana had blunt force trauma to her head and had been strangled to death. Sheila and the Seabolt family that Sheila had been staying with heard no commotion during the night. A couple living in a nearby house were awakened at just after 1 a.m. by what sounded like muffled screaming. Tina's jacket, shoes, and a toolbox containing various tools were missing from the house, which showed no indication of forced entry. The house's telephone had been taken off the hook and the cord cut from the outlet. Justin Smott gave conflicting stories of the evening. Once claiming he had dreamed the murders and another time claiming that he had actually seen them. Under hypnosis, he had stated that he awoke to see 2 men arguing with Sue, Dana, and Johnny, and that Tina had entered the room, but was taken outside by one of the men. There were 2 main suspects that the police examined: Marty Smott and his roommate Bo Bubaid. The father of Justin Smott, Marty Smott, was known to be an abusive husband to his wife Marilyn. It is believed Sue Sharp was giving support and counseling to Marilyn and encouraging her to leave her abusive partner. When Marty found out that Sue was interfering in his marriage, he was enraged. Marilyn claimed that she suspected both of these men were responsible for the murders. She stated that on the evening of the 11th she left both Marty and Bo at a local bar around 11 p.m. and returned home. She awoke at around 2 in the morning to find the men burning an unknown item in their wood stove. Sheriff Doug Thomas interviewed Marty and stated that he had passed a polygraph and did not believe he had committed the murders. Shortly after, Marty moved to Reno, Nevada. He sent a letter to Marilyn regretting the loss of their relationship and stated,
"I've paid the price of your love and now I've bought it with 4 people's lives."
A counselor whom Martin regularly visited also alleged that he had admitted to the murders of Sue and Tina, but claimed he didn't have anything to do with the other 2. He allegedly told the counselor that Tina was killed to prevent her from identifying him, as she had witnessed the whole thing. Bo died in 1988 due to his ties to Chicago's organized crime. Marty died in 2000 from cancer. The house where the murder happened was demolished in 2008. In April 2018, DNA evidence from a piece of tape at the crime scene matched that of a known suspect. No other details have been made public and no arrests have been made.